Good afternoon and welcome in to Cavalier Field. Amari McGowan, he is getting the start tonight on the mound for the Dodge City A's. The first pitch in to Christian Lopez, misses low at 7:01 p.m. for ball number one. The A's, they beat the Denver Cougars last night, 9-2. Lopez takes a pitch, sends it out into right field, and the first out of the inning is a fly out to the right fielder, Blake Coleman. So one away now for the Cougars, and that will bring up Carter Olick.
Up next, third baseman number 8, Carter Olick.
So Olick steps up. A little bit of a different lineup tonight for the Denver Cougars. Olick takes a pitch and makes a half-hearted swing and is down in the count 0-1. One delivery yanked outside. Hit 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. Grounded up the middle. It'll be fielded by Edward Gregory Jr. They'll throw to first in time. Perez able to pull that one down, and out number 2. Quickly, 2 away here for the Denver Cougars, and that brings up the DH. It is Alden Quintanilla serving as the DH tonight for the Cougars. So Quintanilla steps up. McGowan comes in to today's contest having pitched 11 innings on this season with a 3.11 ERA. Quintanilla takes a called strike and is down in the count 0-1. The pitch. Misses for ball 1. The count 1-1 now to Quintanilla. McGowan delivers. Quintanilla grounds it to Gregory Jr. They'll throw to first, and the Cougars, they will go down 1-2-3, and we are headed to the bottom of the first. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Justin Cruz beats out an infield single, and that will bring up Edward Gregory Jr.
Gregory Jr.
So one on with nobody out for the Dodge City A's. Cruz, the Florida A&M product. Junior at Florida A&M this past spring. Strike delivered to Edward Gregory Jr., and Cruz is thrown out at second. A 1 count to Edward Gregory Jr. as he'll take a pitch a little bit outside. It evens a count at 1.
All foul balls are the property of the Dodge City A's. Please make sure you get it back to the concession stand quickly, and they will give you $1.
It's 2 away now for the A's. That'll bring up Matt Perez. Perez moving up in the lineup tonight. Matt Perez, another Florida A&M product. Was a redshirt freshman this past season. Take a strike outside. Falls down in the count, 0-1. Simon Lunsford got the start on the mound tonight for the Denver Cougars. One pitch. Perez will swing and come up empty, and he falls down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The A's, they've already won the series against the Denver Cougars. They lead it 3-1 right now. They're looking to take the 4th win of the series and close out the league part of play against the Cougars. Perez will go down swinging. The A's, they go down 1-2-3. We're headed to the top of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, a defensive change for the Dodge City A's as Paxton Huff moves from left to center. Zach Hoskins will go out to left field. Finn O'Connor up for the Denver Cougars and moves ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. O'Connor hits one, it's out into left field, and that'll put the leadoff aboard for the Cougars. Brings in Riley Hall.
Next up for the Cougars, number 25, Riley Hall.
So 1 on and nobody out. Hall will take a pitch outside for ball number 1. Both teams, they went down 1-2-3 in the first inning. Both teams now have a hit in the ball game as well. Hall, he'll take a called strike, catching the outer edge of the zone. Evens a count at 1. Hall crouches down, the throw over to first, not in time. Down the 1-1 delivery, runner goes, a throw down to second, in time, and they pick off O'Connor. Two balls and 1 strike to count. To Riley Hall. Hall pops one up, and it is out into center field. To have tracking it, he'll pull it down, and that is out number 2.
Next up, number 15.
Whitfield down in the count, 0-1. Takes another called strike as McGowan delivers on the outside edge and is down in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 delivery from McGowan. He attacks the outside again, but just misses. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. McGowan yanks one well outside that time and evens the count at 2. Whitfield fouls a pitch off. Count remains 2-2. It's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard. 2-2 again from McGowan has sent foul over towards the first base dugout. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming to Whitfield, and the Cougars trying to not go down 1-2-3 again. The 2-2 delivery. McGowan comes inside and misses a little bit high. The count runs full. Payoff pitch coming to Whitfield. Swung on and missed, and that is the final out of the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the second. Coleman, Buckley, and Velasco due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Blake Coleman leading off for the Dodge City A's. Coleman takes the first pitch, ball outside. Simon Lunsford on the mound for the Denver Cougars. The defensive alignment for the Cougars looks like this. Gillum, Lopez, and Whitfield. Left to right in the outfield. Olick, O'Connor, Trujillo, and Hall, third to first across the infield. Ethan Jackson gets the start behind the plate. And Lunsford on the mound as Coleman fouls that one off and makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Went out of play to our right. Wind's blowing right to left across the infield. The pitch fouled off again by Coleman. Coleman chops one. It's fielded by Lunsford. They'll make the toss to first in time. 1 away.
Next up for the A's, DH number 10, Ryan Buckley.
That'll bring up Ryan Buckley with 1 out. Buckley, he'll take a pitch high. Moves ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Buckley, a Lake Erie product. Was a redshirt sophomore this last season. Coleman from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Buckley takes a pitch low and is ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-0 delivery. Lunsford, he works from the first base side of the rubber. He'll throw in, and it is fouled off. It goes back and out of play. Exit 2-1, the count to Buckley. Buckley's been in and out of the lineup primarily as a DH. He takes a called strike on the outer edge, and it evens a count at 2. The 2-2 delivery, Lunsford comes in with it, makes Buckley duck down. The count runs full. Payoff pitch. Lunsford waves off a couple, has what he wants. He'll come set. Delivers in. Buckley fouls it off to remain alive. The count will remain full. So the A's, they will face these Denver Cougars one more time tomorrow night. It will be a non-league contest as Buckley sends that one foul out towards the batting cages. Count remains full still. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming. Buckley wins the battle and draws the walk. So that'll bring in Isaiah Velasco. Velasco makes contact and sends a ball out to left field. It's off the wall. Buckley's rounding third. Velasco, he'll round second, gets back. He is back in safely. It scores a run. The RBI double from Isaiah Velasco. And the A's have scored first and drawn first blood. So that'll bring up Paxton Huff. Huff, he'll take a ball. Moves ahead in the count, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Called strike. It catches the inner part of the zone and evens a count at 1 to Huff. The A's have scored first. They got Buckley in on the RBI double from Isaiah Velasco. He stands out at second now. And that wild pitch will move Velasco over to third. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, called strike, catches the outer edge of the zone and evens a count at 2 to Paxton Huff. Sorry about the little child that likes to run around right in front of the camera. So a drop, third strike, and as the second out of the inning, it brings up Mekhi Johnson. Johnson yet to commit, was a redshirt sophomore this past season. Takes a ball outside and moves ahead in the count 1-0. The A's, they have another run 90 feet away with Isaiah Velasco. The pitch missed low. Jackson lost it for a little bit. It was right underneath him. Count 2 balls and no strikes to Johnson. Lunsford delivers. Johnson pops it. It goes foul. It will fall out of play to our right. Two-one delivery. Johnson makes contact, sends it to the shortstop O'Connor. The throw across the diamond is in time. And that is the final out of the inning. We're headed to the top of the third. The A's lead at 1-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Ethan Jackson set to lead off against the Dodge City A's. We're in the top of the third. The A's lead at 1-0. Amari McGowan is back on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Jackson takes a first pitch strike and is down in the count 0-1. Jackson comes up empty. Jackson, the beverage batter here tonight. Down in the count, 0-2. McGowan has his sign. He'll come set. Works from the first base side of the rubber. He delivers a ball. Oh, called strike three, and the catcher delivers, and that is discounted beverages here at the ballpark for the next 15 minutes. So that will
at the plate, number 13,
bring up Caden Trujillo with one away. First pitch to Trujillo, it misses outside. Makes it 1 ball and no strikes. Trujillo pops that one up, tracking it on the right side of the field. Matt Perez has it. He'll take it in foul territory, about 10 feet in front of the first base bag, and that is out number 2. That brings up Braden Gillum. Gillum takes a first pitch strike. Down in the count, 0-1. Down misses a little bit outside, and that makes it even 1 ball and 1 strike. Misses inside there. Makes it 2-1 the count to Gillum. Gillum, the 9-hole hitter for the Denver Cougars. We're on the top of the third. The A's lead 1-0, called strike. And that evens a count at 2. It's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard. The 2-2 delivery. McGowan steadies. And it's swung on, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. The Cougars go down 1-2-3 for the third time in the ball game. And we are headed to the bottom of the third. It is Carlos Hoskins and Gregory Jr. due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back in to Cavalier Field. A's lead 1-0 as we enter the bottom of the third. Simon Lunsford back out on the mound for the Denver Cougars.
Leading off for the A's, shortstop number 19, Kane.
King Carlos leading off the inning. Carlos from Eastern Arizona College. He'll get his first at bats as the A's prepare to turn the lineup over. He'll take a first pitch ball. Moves ahead in the count 1-0. 1-0 from Lunsford. It'll catch the inner part of the zone. Carlos makes contact, sends the 2-1 pitch. It's over to the third baseman, Olick. They make the throw across the diamond and in time for out number 1. That'll bring up Zach Hoskins.
Zach Hoskins.
Hoskins we're back at the top of the order. Hoskins took over for Cruz. He got injured early in the game. Assuming injured sliding in at first. Hoskins, the junior at Lake Erie, takes a swing and a miss and is down in the count 0-1. Hoskins grounds it up the middle, cut off by the shortstop, diving in at first, and the A's have a runner aboard.
Up next, the second baseman, number 6, Edward.
That brings up Edward Gregory Jr. with 1 on and 1 away. Hoskins, he's batting .500 on the season. Gregory Jr., .281 his batting average for the Dodge City A's. Grounded out his last time up. He'll take a pitch for a strike and is down in the count 0-1. The 0-1. Edward Gregory Jr. comes up Swinging and misses. Finds himself down in the count 0-2. Lunsford actually got the start against the Dodge City A's on June the 20th. They throw over to first, not in time. Lunsford, he went 5 innings in that outing. Gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, walked 2, and struck out 5. Pitch missed for ball 1 to Edward Gregory Jr. One-two delivery from Lunsford. Misses again, and it evens a count at 2. The 2-2 pitch coming from Lunsford. Hoskins on at first for the Dodge City A's. The delivery sent through the right side, and that'll put runners on first and second. So that brings up Matt Perez now. Perez steps up with 2 on and 1 away. Perez went down swinging his last time up, batting .290 on the season. Perez sends that one off to the right side, tracked by the first baseman, but falls foul and out of play. Perez down in the count 0-1. Down on the count 0-1 is Perez. Takes a pitch inside, and it evens a count at 1 apiece. Hoskins at second, Edward Gregory Jr. at first. A's have to be wary of the double play ball. They'd like to get something out of this. Hoskins takes a strike. Sorry, not Hoskins, Perez. The 1-2 pitch. Lunsford will take a look back at second. Hoskins with a big lead. Delivers high and inside, and it evens a count at 2. The 2-2 pitch. Hoskins a lead off of second again. Edward Gregory Jr.'s got a big lead. Runners go, the swing and the miss, and both runners steal over safely.
That's Blake, right fielder number 24, Blake Coleman.
So that brings up Blake Coleman. Coleman's 0 for 1. He grounded out his last time up. He's batting .329 on the season. Runners now at second and third. Coleman takes a ball high. Moves ahead in the count 1-0. Cougars, they go with the camouflage top tonight, the white, black, and gray camouflage. Coleman swings and misses and comes up empty. Evens a count at 1. The A's go with the green tops tonight. Dodge City across the front in white, outlined in yellow. Numerals on the back in white, outlined in yellow as well. There's 3 stripes, 3 yellow stripes on the sleeves. Coleman fouls that one off. Falls down in the count 1-2. Lunsford misses high and evens a count at 2. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Yeah, center fielder Lopez is shaded to the right. The pitch is high, and that is ball 3. So the count runs full. We'll see the payoff pitch to Coleman. A ball here would load the bases. Base hit could score at least 1 run. The payoff pitch. Lunsford steadies. Coleman sends one foul and out of play. The count remains full. Lunsford's thrown 57 pitches already in the ball game. 34 of them have been in for strikes. Fires in again. Coleman sends it up the middle. That'll be a base hit. 1 run scores, and here comes the second. The throw home will be cut off on the infield. A 2 RBI single for Blake Coleman. So that'll bring up Ryan Buckley. Buckley walked on his last time up. 2 runs have scored in the inning. A's lead at 3-0. Buckley takes a first pitch strike. It's down on the count 0-1. Buckley batting 195 on the season. Counts even at 1 to Buckley now. The 1-1 delivery. Lunsford takes a look at Coleman over at first. He'll send that one foul and out of play. Buckley falls down in the count 1-2. So the A's, they scored 2 runs with 2 outs. Pitch. Buckley sends that one. It is fair. It's called fair by the home plate umpire. It's up the line. Buckley's in safely with a double. So that puts runners now at second and third with 2 away.
Next up, number 16, Isaiah Velasco.
That brings in Isaiah Velasco. Velasco, he doubled his last time up. Velasco is climbing the batting average as he's up to 287 on the season. Takes the first pitch for ball number 1. A's lead at 3-0. They have runners in scoring position again. Pitch misses low, and Velasco's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. Lunsford fires in, grounded at the first baseman. He'll win the foot race, and that is the final out of the inning. So Velasco will ground out, and we are headed to the top of the 4th. The A's lead 3-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. We're back at the top of the order for the Denver Cougars. They went down 1-2-3 in the first 3 innings of the ball game. Lopez set to lead off. He flew out his first time up. He'll take a first pitch strike from McGowan. He's back out for his 4th inning of work and falls down in the count 0-1. McGowan. Lopez shows bunt and pulls it back, takes it for a ball. McGowan an 0-2 record on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Grounds one to the first baseman Perez, and they'll flip to McGowan covering. He beats it out, and that is the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Carter Olick. Olick is 0 for 1, grounded out. He grounded out to Gregory Jr. his last time up. Nobody on and 1 away for the Denver Cougars. The first pitch, a little high and outside, makes it 1 ball and no strikes. Olick scored a run in the game against the A's back on June the 20th. Had 2 hits, walked once on the 21st as well. Look ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. So he'll foul that pitch off. Still ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. McGowan steadies. Delivers in, it's popped up. It's a fly ball out into left field. It's being tracked, it's out. A solo shot over the left field wall, and Olick got all of that one. Solo home run, and the Cougars have their first run of the ball game. That'll bring up Alden Quintanilla.
Up next, number 14, Alden Quintanilla.
Quintanilla is 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. A's lead at 3-1. Quintanilla takes a first pitch strike, and it's down in the count. McGowan last pitched against the Liberal BJs. He went an inning in that one. Quintanilla pops that one up. It's out towards left field. Tracking it is Hoskins. He'll pull it down for out number 2. Two away for Finn O'Connor. He singled. So O'Connor and Olick have the 2 hits in the ball game for the Denver Cougars. He'll step up. 2 away, nobody on right now. And for the first time in the ball game, the Cougars have not gone down 1-2-3. O'Connor takes a first pitch strike. So McGowan had a 13.91 ERA coming in to tonight's contest. Had pitched 11 innings. His longest outing, 3 1/3, that went against the Colorado Rough Riders back on June the 13th. McGowan is out in his 4th inning of work now. Has gone officially at 3 2/3 as misses and evens a count at 1. Looks in. Has his sign and comes set. McGowan delivers. It's popped foul. Goes over top of the press box and gets O'Connor to fall down in the count 1-2. 1-2 delivery to O'Connor. High and inside, and it must have just kind of grazed his jersey. That'll put a runner on with 2 away. That brings up Riley Hall. Hall flew out into center field his last time up. So 1 on and 2 away for Hall. O'Connor gets a lead off of first, but it is a ball inside to Hall. Hall's ahead in the count 1-0. Throw over to first, not in time. Gown looks over at first again. Delivers outside and makes it 2 balls and no strikes. Amari got the start against the Hayes Arcs back on June the 30th. He went 2 2/3 in that contest. Allowed was tagged for 15 runs. Only 8 of them were earned, though. That pitch, a blooper that gets out into center field, and that'll put runners on the corners. Ball is thrown out of play, and that will move Hall over to second. So the A's are going to have a mound visit. We're going to take this opportunity. Let's thank our Grand Slam sponsors, the City of Dodge City and Ford County, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office, LLC. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So that'll bring up Dylan Whitfield. Whitfield went down swinging his last time up. So 2 away and 2 on now. Pitch is called strike to Whitfield, is down in the count 0-1. The A's, they'd like to get out of this with just a 1 run scored and maintain a 2-run lead. Whitfield sends one up the line and foul. So Whitfield's down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery, McGowan yanks it outside. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes to Whitfield. He went down swinging his last time up. McGowan makes contact, does Whitfield. Sends it foul. Count remains 1-2. A 1-2 pitch coming up. Swung on and missed, and that is the final out of the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Paxton Huff set to lead off for the Dodge City A's in the bottom of the fourth. A's lead at 3-1. They've out-hit the Denver Cougars 6-3. So Huff, a drop third strike. He was tagged out by the catcher his last time up. Batting .203 on the season. He'll take a pitch high and inside and moves ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Lunsford back on the mound for the Denver Cougars. He'll fire in. Paxton will foul that one off and evens the count at 1. The 1-1 pitch. Lunsford misses inside and half ahead in the count, 2-1. Half ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike. The A's, I'd sure like to get their lead off aboard. The pitch misses high again. Huff will draw the walk, and the A's have their leadoff runner aboard for Mekhi Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 1. He grounded out his last time up, batting .188 on the season. He was a late addition to the Dodge City A's. Joined the A's late in June along with Justin Cruz. So Johnson steps in. He'll get his second at bat of the ball game. Huff over at first for the A's. The pitch. Johnson shows bunt and pulls it back. Takes it for ball 1. 1-0 coming up. Lunsford takes a look into the outfield. I'm not sure what he was looking at for sure. The 1-0 inside. It didn't miss Johnson's arm by much, but it's a 2-0 count now. Offering. Johnson makes contact, sends it out to left field, over the left fielder's head, off the wall. So Johnson will be in safely. A stand-up double, and both runners are in scoring position for the Dodge City A's. So that'll bring up Kane Carlos. We're at the bottom of the order. Carlos, he grounded out his last time up. He has 2 on and nobody out. King Carlos batting at .266 on the season. So he'll step in to get his at bat. Carlos throws the end of the bat at it, and nobody covering first. The throw home, not in time, and a run scores. It is an RBI single for Kane Carlos. Runners on the corners for Zach Hoskins, and nobody out. 1 run has scored. The A's lead at 4-1. So Carlos on at first. That was scored a hit. Although they tried to go home to get the out and didn't. Carlos starts to get a lead off at first, retreats back. Hoskins takes ball 2, is ahead in the count, 2-1. Runners on the corners Nobody away. The third baseman, Olick, is in. The middle infield back for the Denver Cougars. Hoskins takes a swing, comes up empty. Even in the count at 2. A's have scored in every half inning so far except the first, where both teams went down 1-2-3. The 2-2 delivery, Lunsford delivers, is inside, and a snap throw down to second. They go back home, and they will get the out at home. Johnson is tagged home, or tagged out at home. The count runs full to Hoskins. So a payoff pitch now from Lunsford. He steps off, wants a new sign. One away for the Dodge City A's. Runner in scoring position. The throw home. The payoff pitch misses, and Hoskins draws the walk. So that'll put runners at first and second for Edward Gregory Jr. Edward Gregory Jr., he is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. By the way, Hoskins scored 18 runs on the season on 19 hits and brings up Edward Gregory Jr. He's scored 42 runs on 25 hits this season. Carlos way off of second, gets back safely. One away for the A's. The first pitch to Edward Gregory is a called strike. It's down on the count, 0-1. The A's lead at 4-1. The pitch, Edward Gregory fouls that one off and is down in the count, 0-2. The Larks are leading the Rough Riders 5-0. That game currently headed to the top of the 5th. Edward Gregory Jr. fouls off another pitch. Count remains 0-2. The Larks beat the Rough Riders last night 17-5. So a run rule victory again for the Larks last night. Down in the count, 0-2 is Edward Gregory Jr. The long look back at second. Lunsford misses outside for ball 1. Down in the count, 1-2 is Edward Gregory Jr. Lunsford a front door bender that didn't quite bend enough. And that evens the count at 2. Lunsford's up to 85 pitches now. 47 have been in for strikes. Lunsford bounces one ahead of home plate, and the count runs full. Blocked well by the catcher Jackson to keep it ahead of him. So we'll see another payoff pitch here. Lunsford lost the battle of the payoff pitch to Zach Hoskins, who drew the walk. Hoskins on at first, Carlos at second. And we'll have another payoff pitch here. There is nobody in the bullpens currently. The payoff pitch swung on and missed, and that is the second out of the inning. Well, The Cougars are going to go out and have a mound visit, so we'll take this opportunity. Let's thank our home run sponsors, Cargill Meat Solutions, Lauren Dahl, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar, LLC, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, TCBP LLC, Jimmy John's, who is also our game night sponsor tonight, the Victory Electric Cooperative Association Incorporated, and Forgone Financial LLC, Koch Fertilizer, Deriva Energy, Rabine Brothers, United Wireless Communications Incorporated, and Dodge City Kenworth. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Well, the mound visit is over and we'll go back to work. Lunsford remains on the mound at 87 pitches in the ball game, and that brings up Matt Perez. And now Jeremiah McCollum has decided to call an offensive timeout. Approaching the hour and 15-minute mark in this ball game, and Matt Perez will come up empty. He'll foul off the first pitch that he sees. He has struck out both times he's been at the plate. 2 on and 2 away for the Dodge City A's. Perez down in the count, 0-1. Lunsford a long look back at second. He'll yank one outside and evens a count at 1 to Perez. Perez 17 runs on 20 hits this season. Perez makes contact, sends it out to left field. It'll be pulled down by Gillum, and that will end the inning. The A's strand 2. They get a run. We're headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Ethan Jackson set to lead off for the Cougars. He got caught looking his last time up. He is the beer batter here tonight for the home crowd, and he'll take a first pitch ball delivered right down the middle. Left a little bit high by McGowan, and it's ahead in the count 1-0. McGowan back out for his fifth inning of work. Misses outside and makes it 2 balls and no strikes. There is work in neither bullpen at this point. Jackson fouls that one off. Jackson comes up empty on the swing. Evens a count at 2. The 2-2 delivery. Jackson comes up empty, and that is the second strikeout of the night for Jackson. And it is discounted beers for the next 15 minutes here at Cavalier Field. One away for the Denver Cougars, and that brings in Caden Trujillo. Trujillo flew out his last time up. Trujillo takes a first pitch ball. He's ahead in the count 1-0. This is the longest outing for Amari McGowan. His longest previous was 3 1/3 innings against the Colorado Rough Riders on June the 13th. Trujillo fouls a pitch off and evens a count at 1. McGowan has 6 strikeouts on the season coming in to tonight's contest. The 1-1 pitch left a little bit high and moves it ahead in the count 2-1. Two-one delivery. McGowan fires in and misses inside. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled off. It will go to our right and out of play, and the count runs full. So we'll see a payoff pitch coming from McGowan. The A's, they have their entire infield playing deep. The payoff pitch. McGowan comes set, delivers, fouled back, and we'll do it over again. A's lead at 4-1. We've entered the top of the 5th. They've out-hit the Denver Cougars 8-3. McGowan looks in. He'll come set. It's high and inside. It actually hit the helmet. So that puts a runner aboard for Braden Gillum. Gillum got caught swinging his last time up, and the Cougars are about to complete their second trip through the batting order. Gillum steps on with 1 on and 1 away. And Velasco, he's going to go out and have a conversation with McGowan. Gillum's going to go over and have a conversation with his coach as well. The mound visit between Velasco and McGowan is over, and we'll get ready to go back to work as Gillum steps up. Gillum at the bottom of the order for the Denver Cougars, and that brings up down in the count. 0-2 is Gillum. McGowan, a throw over to first, not in time. The A's chasing a possible NBC bid. NBC, not the television station, the National Baseball Conference. A's currently sitting in second place in the Rocky Mountain League. They are 8-10 overall. 10-8 in Rocky Mountain League play. Gillum goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And that'll turn the lineup over to Christian Lopez. Lopez has sent both of the balls that he's made contact in with to the right side. It's 0-2. He grounded out to first base his last time up. Runner goes. It's through the middle, and that'll put runners on the corners for the Denver Cougars with 2 away. So that'll bring up Carter Olick. Olick, he's 1-for-2. He hit the home run. It is the Cougars' lone run so far in the ball game. So Olick, he's 1-for-2 and steps in with 2 on and 2 away. Runners on the corners. The pitch is wild, and that will score a run. The Cougars on the board, and they now have another runner in scoring position. So that pitch is popped foul and out of play. Count even at 1. A 1-1 pitch coming up to Olick. Lopez gets a lead off of second. A throw back to second. It rolls away, but it's not enough to allow advancement, so the A's avoid the error. One count, and the A's lead has been cut in half. They lead the game 4-2. The Cougars have scored in the last 2 half innings. The pitch home is a called strike, and Olick down in the count 1-2. One-two pitch. Olick will swing and miss, and that will end the inning. He goes down on strikes, and we're headed to the bottom of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So that brings up Ryan Buckley, who comes up empty on a swing and is down in the count 0-1. One. Called strike on the outer edge. Buckley, he is 1-for-1. He doubled his last time up. Excuse me. 1-2. Comes back inside. It evens a count at 2. The 2-2 pitch. Buckley swings, comes up empty, and goes down on strikes. So one away for the Dodge City A's. That'll bring in Isaiah Velasco, who grounded out his last time up. A's working their third trip through the batting order. Velasco's down in the count 0-2. He takes a step out. Step back in. Lunsford's still on the mound. That was his 100th pitch of the ball game. Velasco grounds it to the first baseman Hall, and that will be the second out of the ball game. Sorry, of the inning. We're in the bottom of the fifth. The A's lead it 5-2. That'll bring up Paxton Huff. Huff drew a walk his last time up. Takes the first pitch, ball outside. He'll check his swing, but it's called strike, and that evens a count at 1. 1-1 delivery, called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count now to Huff. Pitch misses outside, bounces in the opposite batter's box. It evens a count at 2, and it's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard. Sorry, the 2-2 pitch is fouled off. Do the 2-2 again. Lunsford misses high, and that's ball 3. So the count runs full to Huff. He drew the walk his last time up. The payoff pitch. Lunsford misses inside, and he'll draw another walk. That'll bring up Makai Johnson. The Cougars likely making a pitching change here. Lunsford has thrown 108 pitches in the ball game, and indeed they are. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Tyler Swan took over the mound, made a throwing error, but Huff is thrown out at home. We're headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Alden Quintanilla now even in the count at 1 apiece. Leads off for the Denver Cougars. We've entered the top of the 6th. The A's lead at 5-2. They've scored in every half inning except the first. The Cougars, they've scored in the last 2 half innings as Quintanilla pops that one up the elevator chute. Tracking it is Kane Carlos. He'll pull it down and the first out of the inning. Maury McGowan still on the mound for the Dodge City A's and 1 away for the Cougars. That brings in Finn O'Connor. He was hit by pitch his last time up. It's 1 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch to O'Connor. Called strike on the upper and outer edge. Down on the count, 0-1 is O'Connor. Pitch misses. It evens a count at 1. One away for the Cougars. The 1-1 delivery sent foul and makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count to Finn O'Connor. There is a pitcher down in the A's bullpen. McGowan misses just outside, and that will even the count at 2. Pitch is swung on. It is the second out of the inning as O'Connor goes down on strikes, and that'll bring up Riley Hall. He is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. Cougars with 4 hits. They've been out hit 9-4 in the ball game. The A's are leading the Denver Cougars 5-2. Two away in the top of the sixth, and Hall sends a high fly ball down the right field side. It is fair and a solo shot. So the Cougars, they've scored in the last 3 half innings. So that will now bring in Dylan Whitfield. He has gone down on strikes the last 2 times he's been at the plate. There's 2 away. Whitfield steps in. Cougars trail 5-3. They scored 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. 2 of their runs have been scored via the solo shot. McGowan misses on the first pitch for ball 1 to Whitfield. Whitfield pops that one up. It's on the infield. McGowan pulls it down right in front of the pitching mound, and that is the final out of the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. The A's lead at 5-3. They will have the lower part of the order due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Tyler Swan took over the mound, got the last out in the last half inning. The Dodge City A's were up without even throwing a pitch. It was a throwing error that caught the runner out at home. It was Huff that was thrown out at home. The first pitch in to Makai Johnson, who leads off for the Dodge City A's, is in for strike 1. Pitch misses there. It evens a count at 1. Again, missing outside. Johnson ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. He's 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. Fouls that one back into the net and evens a count at 2. The 2-2 pitch hits Johnson in the back. So the A's, they have their leadoff aboard. So Johnson on the hit by pitch. And that brings up Kane Carlos. The A's are at the bottom of the order. Carlos 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. A's lead at 5-3. Carlos shows bunt and pulls it back. Moves ahead in the count 1-0. 1 on and nobody out for the A's. Swan, the righty, he works on the first base side of the rubber. Johnson has a lead. Carlos shows bunt. And he will get caught in the rundown. So the field umpire says he's safe. Home plate umpire said he was out. So we'll see what the official call is. So King Carlos is out. He was tagged out. Moved the runner over to second. Hoskins even in the count at 1. There's one away for the Dodge City A's. Pitch misses there, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Hoskins slugging .763 on the season. The 2-1 delivery with Johnson out at second and 1 away. The pitch misses low. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. A 3-1 delivery. Swan takes a look back at second. Johnson has a lead. Yanked well outside, but it is ball 4. And Hoskins draws the walk. So the A's with runners on first and second, and that brings up Edward Gregory Jr. He's 1 for 3. He went down on strikes his last time up. Edward Gregory Jr., he is slugging .483. The first pitch from Swan. Gregory Jr. will foul that one off. It's over by the clubhouse. He falls down in the count 0-1. Gregory Jr. will go down on strikes, and that is the second out of the inning. That brings up Matt Perez. Perez 0 for 3. He flew out his last time up. Takes first pitch for strike number 1. Perez down in the count 0-1. The A's, they worked runners on first and second, now have 2 away. Swan steps off the bag to reset what would be a pitch clock if there was actually a pitch clock in the game. 0-1 delivery. Swan will fake the throw back to second. Steps off again. Swan evidently in no hurry to make a pitch here. He's still looking in. Finally has his sign and comes set. High fly ball. It's sent out to left field. It's going over the wall and gone. A 3-run home run for Matt Perez, and the A's lead it 8-3. A's lead at 8-3, and that brings up Blake Coleman. He homered in his last at bat up. The A's have scored now in every half inning except the first. So in 5 straight half innings, the A's have played at least 1 run. They scored 1 in the first, or 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and now 3 in the sixth. Is ball 1 issued to Blake Coleman. Swan catches the outer part of the zone and evens a count at 1. Coleman slugging 520 or 447 on the season. Perez was 522. Coleman makes contact. It's a fly ball, gets over the shortstop's head, and that is a single. That'll bring up Ryan Buckley. So Buckley steps in with 1 on and 2 away. Buckley went down swinging his last time up. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. The A's are working their 4th trip through the batting order here. Buckley takes a first pitch that misses outside into the opposite batter's box. It moves ahead in the count 1-0. There is work down in the Cougars bullpen. So we'll see how long they let Swan go. It's a called strike to Buckley, and it evens a count at 1. Coleman goes. He throw down to second. Not in time. Is in safely. A 2-1 count now to Buckley. A 2-1 pitch. Coleman has a big lead off of second. It's a called strike on the outer edge, and it makes it deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Eight runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Dodge City A's. The 2-2 is yanked outside. It'll get away from the catcher. The count runs full. So a payoff pitch. Swan delivers. It's popped up. It's up the elevator chute. It could be trouble, but tracking it is the shortstop O'Connor, and he'll pull it down. That is the final out of the inning, and we are headed to the top of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball, but instead it is time for the race. Throw it to the field.
basers tonight are Bruce, Clark, Parker, Kipton, Remington, and Evan. Give them a hand, please, everyone. Go, 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 go! Cheer them on, fans. Give them a hand, give them a hand, give them a hand. Go, 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 go! No, no, Mustard cannot win. I think Sunday.
Oh, you got the stare down. Oh, mercy. Leading off in the top of the seventh, it is Ethan Jackson. Jackson has struck out both times he's been at the plate. Amari McGowan is back out for his seventh inning of work. There is a pitcher down in the bullpen for the A's and also for the Cougars. McGowan misses outside for ball number one. Jackson, he's the beer batter tonight. He's 0 for 2 as he struck out both times he's been up. So he's delivered for the fans, and he'll send a flying bat at the A's dugout. I think it actually cleared the dugout. Oh, our music department having fun here tonight at Cavalier Field. It is a 1-1 count to Ethan Jackson. Oh, mercy. Jackson swings and comes up empty and is quickly down in the count, 1-2 strikes. And we'll see if maybe he can come up with the hat trick of strikeouts here. The 1-2 pitch from McGowan. He'll miss high. It evens a count at 2. The 2-2 delivery. He makes contact, but it's the A's, we've got a guy there, and pulling it down out in left field is Hoskins for the first out of the inning. That'll bring in Caden Trujillo. Trujillo steps on with one out and nobody on. He was hit by pitch his last time up. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. McGowan delivers outside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch. McGowan steadies. He has his sign. Delivers, it's grounded to the third baseman, Johnson. The throw across the diamond in time, and now 2 away. So that'll bring in Braden Gillum. Gillum has struck out both times he's been at the plate, and the Cougars are completing their third trip through the batting order. So Gillum steps up with nobody on and 2 away. The A's, they got 7 innings out of their starter last night as they beat the Cougars 9-2. Pitch misses outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes, account to Gillum. A's lead the Cougars 8-3. They've scored in every half inning except the first. The pitch grounded up the middle, cut off by Kane Carlos. The throw to first, not in time. That was an excellent catch, a throw on a frozen rope to Perez over at first, but Gillum had just enough speed to beat it out. It was a good hit, and the Cougars have 1 aboard. So Lopez at the top of the order, he fouls off a pitch. Down in the count, 0-1. He has 1 on and 2 away. Lopez flies out. It's out into left field. Tracking it is Hoskins. He pulls it down, and that'll be the final out of the inning. And the A's are headed to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time in Dodge City. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Velasquez sends one out into right field. It bounces off the wall. The 1-1 pitch, and he is in safely with a double. So the A's with nobody out and one on. That brings in Paxton Huff. Huff, he's 0 for 1. He's walked on the last 2 times he's been at the plate. Swan back on the mound for the Cougars, and Huff takes a pitch outside for ball number 1. Paxton lays down the bunt. The pitcher, the throw to first. Not in time. Huff beats it out, and that puts runners on the corners. So that'll bring up Mekhi Johnson. A's have runners on the corners with nobody out, and Johnson, he is 1 for 2. He was hit by pitch his last time up. First pitch from Swan. It'll miss a little bit outside. It is ball 1. Work continues in both bullpens. Can't help but feel that the A's would likely make a pitching change going into the 8th. McGowan at 98 pitches in the ball game. He made it 7 innings. They got 7 innings out of their starter last night as well. Johnson ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch sent out into center field, played off the hop, and that'll put runners at first and second as a run scores, and the A's have now scored in every half inning since the second. A's lead at 9-3, and that's going to bring up a mound visit. So Caden Stewart got the start on the mound last night for the Dodge City A's. He went 7 innings, allowing 1 run on 9 hits. Jake Vassell came in. He took over the mound, went 2 innings, allowing 1 run on 2 hits. He also struck out 1. The pitching staff combined to strike out 9 last night. We'll take a step aside. Actually, use this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors, our triple sponsors: Conant Construction LLC, Wild Pines Washes Dodge City LLC, Tommy's Car Wash, First Avenue Dental PA, ITC Great Plains LLC, Hinton Plumbing Service LLC, Medical Heights Dental Center PA, DC Appliance and Furniture, and Dodge City Eye Care. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So we'll take a step aside. We'll tell you about the new pitcher on the mound for the Denver Cougars when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Tommy Bell took over the mound for the Denver Cougars, and King Carlos now evens a count at 1 after Bell delivers outside. A's have runners at first and second with nobody out. They've scored 1 run in the inning. They lead it 9-3. Carlos, he grounded out his last time up. 1-1 pitch from Bell. Carlos sends it up the third base line and foul. The first pitch of the at-bat to Carlos, he laid down a bump, but it rolled foul about 7-8 feet ahead of the third base bag. The catcher, Jackson, he's going to go out and have a conversation with his new pitcher, Bell. We're going to go back to work. It is a 1-2 count to Kane Carlos. The A's have the bottom of the order here, trying to turn the lineup over and start their fifth trip through the batting order. So the A's are completing their 4th trip right now. A 1-2 pitch. Huff at second. Mackay Johnson at first, and Carlos fouls the pitch off. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just over 2 hours. We're 2 hours and 13 minutes into this ball game. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The A's, they've taken the score early and score often approach. Ball misses inside. It evens the count at 2. So a 2-2 pitch coming up to King Carlos. Bell takes over the mound. He's the third pitcher of the ball game. The A's haven't made the call to the bullpen yet. Both teams combined to use 2 pitchers last night. The pitch is outside and low, and the count runs full. So we'll see a payoff pitch from Bell here. He steps on. He's working from the first base side of the rubber. The payoff pitch misses high, and that loads the bases. So that'll bring up Zach Hoskins as the A's turn the lineup over. We're back at the top of the order as the A's start their 5th trip through the batting order. Zach Hoskins, a .648 on-base percentage for the Dodge City A's. He's 1 for 1. He's singled and drawn 2 walks since coming in for the injured Justin Cruz. Hoskins getting his 4th at bat. Takes a pitch outside and moves ahead in the count 1-0. The Cougars are playing with their third baseman, Oleg. He's well inside. The first baseman, Hall, is in at the cutout. Pitch is in. It bounces away from the catcher. Does not allow advancement. Hoskins ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Oleg, he'll go back in. He's about 4 or 5 feet to the right of the third base cutout. He's in on the infield green as well. The middle infielders are back. They're at double play depth. Hoskins swings and misses. He comes up empty, and count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Hall, he's at the first base cutout. Kane Carlos standing right behind him. Johnson has a lead off of second. Nobody covering. The pitch misses high, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. So Bell, he's in danger of walking a run in. A 3-1 pitch. Called strike, and the count runs full. So we'll see the payoff pitch here from Bell. The payoff pitch. Hoskins comes up empty. He'll go down on strikes, and that is the first out of the inning. So that'll turn the lineup now to Edward Gregory Jr. He's 1 for 4. He's gone down on strikes the last 2 times he's been at the plate. He has a single and a ground out in the game as well. Bases loaded with 1 away. Gregory Jr., 431 on base percentage. Sorry, 463. Takes a pitch for a ball. 1-0 pitch coming from Bell. Gregory Jr. fouls that one off, and it evens the count at 1. One pitch from Bell. Misses inside and makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Let's take this opportunity. We'll thank our single sponsors, David H. Snap, Robert L. White, John F. Wilkinson, Gail L. Osmus, Mead Lumber Company Incorporated, Best Water of Southwest Kansas, and Mr. G's Liquor. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So we'll go back to work. It is a 2 balls, 1 strike count with 1 away to Edward Gregory Jr. The pitch swung on and missed, and that evens the count at 2. Balk is called, and that brings a run in. A's lead at 10-3. So on the Balk call, runners at second and third now with 1 away. The 2-2 pitch misses low and outside, and the count runs full again. I want to say that the A's batters have worked the count full. Well, this is the 3rd batter in a row to work a full count. The payoff pitch, he goes down on strikes, and that is 2 away. So that is the hat trick of strikeouts for Edward Gregory Jr. He's not having a good night at the plate. That brings up Matt Perez. Perez is 1 for 4. He hit a home run his last time up. The A's have scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th. They lead at 10-3. The first pitch misses for ball 1. Perez a 432 on base percentage. Bell delivers. It's outside and low. Perez ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, my counterpart over here said it earlier in the ball game and cursed us. He said it but didn't say it. The pace of the game has slowed way down here in the latter part of the game. Perez makes contact and sends it to the right field wall. 2 runs score, and that is a stand-up 2 RBI double for Matt Perez. So that'll bring up Blake Coleman as the A's lead at 12-3 now. Four runs in the bottom of the seventh. Blake Coleman, he's 3 for 4. He's singled or home run in the last 3 times he has been at the plate. He'll take a first pitch strike and is down in the count 0-1. Coleman, a .422 on base percentage this season. Bell staring in. Comes set. The 0-1, he'll miss outside and low, and that'll even the count at 1. The 1-1 delivery, Bell looking in. Delivers outside. Coleman moves ahead in the count 2-0, 2-1. Coleman fouls a pitch off. Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. The 2-2 delivery fouled back, and the count remains 2-2. Bell delivers the pitch. Is swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. Bell technically strikes out the side as all 3 outs come via the strikeout. So that'll send us to the top of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Ryan Young takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. It is Carter Olick leading off, and Is a 1-1 count as Oleg fouled that pitch off. Oleg 1 for 3. He struck out his last time up. He takes one well high and inside and moves ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. The starters last night and tonight both went 7 innings. The A's, they're on to their first pitcher in relief as Young misses high. And Oleg is ahead in the count, 3-1. A 3-1 delivery. Young works from the first base side of the rubber. Called strike on the inside edge. The count runs full. I don't think Oleg liked the call very much, but the payoff pitch, Oleg will foul it off, and the count remains full. Pitch again, grounded to Johnson at third. The throw to first in time. 1 away. Well, so that'll bring up Alden Quintanilla. He is 0 for 3. He flew out his last time up. Quintanilla fouls off a pitch. It's to our left and out of play. Looks like Jaden Andrade down in the mound down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. Quintanilla evens a count at 1 after that pitch misses inside. Quintanilla makes contact. It's out towards left field. Hoskins tracking it on his high horse. It falls fair at the warning track, and that will put Quintanilla on safely with a double. Ryan Young, he has a 1-0 record. He also has a save. Fenn O'Connor steps in with 1 away. Ball 1 delivered to O'Connor. It was low and outside. 1-0 pitch. Young takes a look back at second. He'll yank one outside again, and that'll move Quintanilla over to third. So a 2-0 count, and Velasco goes out. He wants to have a quick conversation with Young, and maybe more of a, hey, let's calm down and be smart about what we're doing. So 2 balls and no strikes account to O'Connor. The 2-1 pitch. Grounded to the third baseman, Johnson. The throw to first is in time. Making the tag is Perez, and that is out number 2. So that brings up Riley Hall with 2 away. A runner at third Hall makes contact, grounds it to Gregory Jr., who pops over his head, and that scores a run. So Dylan Whitfield comes up. The first pitch he sees, he grounds out to the first baseman. The throw to first is in time, and that will send us to the bottom of the 8th. The A's lead at 12-4. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Bottom of the 8th, the A's lead at 12-4, and it is Ryan Buckley leading off. He flew out his last time up. He takes a big swing, comes up empty, and is down in the count 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. Buckley takes a pitch outside and evens the count at 1. Buckley, he's down in the count 1-2. He'll go down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That brings up Isaiah Velasco. Velasco, he's 2 for 4. He doubled the last time he was up. Buckley, he had a .382 on-base percentage coming into tonight. Velasco, his on-base percentage is .413. He takes a pitch low that bounces away from the catcher. He's ahead in the count 1-0. The A's, they've scored in every half inning but the first. They lead at 12-4. They scored 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Velasco grounds one through the right side, and he's on safely with a stand-up single. Is the 16th hit of the ball game for the Dodge City A's. The pitcher, Bell, he wants a new ball. So the A's, they have a runner aboard with one away after the single by Velasco to bring up Paxton Huff. Huff, he laid down a bunt, beat one out his last time up. Takes a pitch high and is ahead in the count 1-0. Throw back to first, not in time. The 1-0 pitch is low. Velasco takes off for second. Almost overslid the bag, but is in safely. Half ahead in the count, 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Velasco gets a lead off of second. Misses outside, does Bell, and moves Huff ahead in the count, 3-0. The 3-0. Called strike. Huff thought it was ball 4, but it is strike 1. Bell comes set. The pitch, called strike, and the count runs full. So after working ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes, back-to-back called strikes, and the payoff pitch coming from the pitcher Bell. He's thrown 40 pitches in relief for the Denver Cougars. 21 have been in for strikes. The payoff pitch. Bell steps off. Still awaiting the payoff pitch from Bell. Huff will tap it foul. Count remains full, so that'll be the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming to Paxton Huff. He drew back-to-back walks before laying down the bunt. It was up the first base line. Forced the pitcher to make the throw home but didn't get the out at home. So the count, the 3-2 pitch, misses low, and that'll put runners on first and second. So the run rule runs. They are on at first and second for the Dodge City A's. They have one away, and that brings up Mekhi Johnson. Johnson, he singled his last time up. 2 on and 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 8th. The A's lead it 12-4. Johnson ahead in the count, 1-0. A ground out, a double, a hit by pitch, and a single has been his night at the plate. Kai Johnson, he has a .381 on base percentage this season. He was a late addition to the Dodge City A's. He joined the team later in June. Takes a called strike, and it evens the count at 1. The 1-1 pitch from Bell. Winds have calmed. The flag basically pointing straight down here at Cavalier. They were blowing right to left across the field earlier. was a much cooler day here in Dodge City today, highs barely reaching the 80s. Got a little rain in the area this morning. It looked like Dodge picked up about an inch of rain overnight in the early hours of the morning. Pitch misses high. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. So the A's, they complete the series, or at least the league portion of the series, with the Denver Cougars here tonight. They'll play a non-league game tomorrow night. That game will be a 6 p.m. start, and it will also be the final time that the A's will morph into the Boot Hill Lawmen for the season. Johnson swings and comes up empty. It evens a count at 2. So the A's, a non-league game tomorrow night, then they will take to the road starting on Tuesday. They travel to Colorado to take on the Game Day Angels. They'll play 2 games in Parker at their facility and then play the Rough Riders. It will complete the series with both of those teams. As the throw down to second, not in time. It was a ball, and the count runs full. Runners now at second and third for the Dodge City A's. The payoff pitch coming from Bell. He misses high, and it loads the bases. So that'll bring up Kane Carlos. He's 1 for 3. He walked on his last time up. A's have been beneficiaries of 8 free passes in the ball game. Takes a called strike. Down in the count, 0-1. Velasco at third, Huff at second, Makai Johnson at first. Carlos swings and comes up empty and is down in the count, 0-2. A's have to be wary of the double play ball, but they'd sure like to get something out of this bases loaded situation that they find themselves in here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. Grounded to the third base side. They'll go home and not get the out as it bounced away from the catcher. So the fielder's choice, it scores a run. The A's lead it 13-4. Base is still loaded. The A's have scored a run. They lead at 13-4. Hoskins, he'll take a called strike. Falls down in the count, 0-1. Pitch evens a count at 1. One delivery coming from Bell. Hoskins 1 for 2, a single, 2 walks, and a strikeout in the ball game. Bell delivers well outside, and Hoskins moves ahead 2-1. Well, this game approaching the 3-hour mark. We're in the bottom of the 8th. The Cougars, they would be down to their final 3 outs if we get to the top of the 9th. Pitch fouled off. It's a long, loud strike 2. One away for the Dodge City A's. They still have bases loaded. They've scored a run. Hoskins, the sixth batter of the inning, and a pitch over his head. The count runs full. Another payoff pitch coming here. Bell delivers. It's high, and that'll walk a run in. So the A's, they lead it 14-4, and that'll do it. That invokes the run rule. The A's win it in run rule fashion. We'll take a step aside. We'll come back with your final game numbers after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. A's win in run rule fashion tonight over the Denver Cougars. They win it in 8 innings, 14-4. Simon Lunsford will take the loss on the mound for the Denver Cougars. Amari McGowan picks up the win. Take a look at our final game numbers. The A's, they scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, 4 in the seventh, and 2 in the eighth. They had bases loaded when the winning run came home. They won it 14-4, 14 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. They strand 10 runners. The Denver Cougars, they score 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and 1 in the eighth. 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. They strand 5. The A's, they're victorious tonight as they improve overall on the season. The Larks look like they will run rule the Colorado Rough Riders as well. Taking a look ahead, the A's, they improve to 14-16 on the season. They are now 11-8 in RMBL play. The A's, they currently set firmly in second place in the RMBL. They are ahead of the Liberal BJs and behind the Hayes Larks. The Hayes Larks, well, they have an automatic bid to the NBC this year. They won the NBC last year. They get the automatic bid. So the second place team in the league should get the league's automatic bid, whether that be the Dodge City A's or if the Liberal BJs should sneak up and take the second place slot. So let's take a look at our scoring summary for tonight for the Dodge City A's. They would go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. They would get their first run in the second as Ryan Buckley would draw a walk, and he would come around and score on an RBI double by Isaiah Velasco. Then in the third, the A's would get a single from Zach Hoskins and a single from Edward Gregory Jr. They would be driven in on a single by Blake Coleman, followed by an double from Ryan Buckley. Paxton Huff led off in the bottom of the fourth. He would draw a walk, followed by a Mekhi Jones double. Kane Carlos would step up and single. He would drive a run in. And that would be the scoring in the fourth. The A's in the bottom of the fifth, Blake Coleman would lead off and hit a home run over the left field wall to get the scoring started. He would be the only run, although Paxton Huff would get on a walk, but would be picked off at home. After a throwing error, he started out at first, and a throwing error, he would try to come home and would be thrown out at home. That would end the inning, as the Cougars made a pitching change, and they got out of the inning without the relief pitcher ever throwing a pitch. Then in the sixth, the A's, they would get a leadoff hit by pitch of Mekhi Jones, then a walk to Zach Hoskins, and a 3-run homer over the left field wall by Matt Perez. Blake Coleman would hit a single, but he would be stranded on base. The A's would send 8 to the plate in the bottom of the seventh. Isaiah Velasco leads off with a double, followed by a bunt single from Paxton Huff, and then a single from Mekhi Jones, and a walk by Kane Carlos. That would put runners on. 1 run had scored at that point. And then Matt Perez would come up on a 2 RBI double to get the A's well ahead at that point. Isaiah Velasco would hit a single in the bottom of the eighth, followed by a Paxton Huff walk, a Mekhi Jones walk, and a fielder's choice by Kane Carlos that drove a run in. Zach Hoskins would draw a walk and drive a run in, and that would invoke the run rule for the Dodge City A's in the bottom of the eighth. They improve to 14-16 overall, 11-8 in RMBL play. The A's, they will play these Denver Cougars. They have won the overall league series. They won the series 4-1 over the Denver Cougars. They will play a non-league game tomorrow night here at Cavalier Field as they morph into the Boot Hill Lawmen one final time this season. I am Justin Hergert, was alongside for tonight's broadcast. For the entire A's board and organization, we say thank you for following along as the A's win in run rule fashion tonight. That'll do it for this one. We'll be back tomorrow night as the A's turn into the Boot Hill Lawmen. Until that time, we say farewell and good night from Cavalier Field. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.